Hello, my name is Jerry Wise, and I am a relationship expert and the director for the Center for Self-Differentiation at Family Tree Counseling in Carmel, which is the north side of Indianapolis, Indiana. And this video is entitled, Love Doesn't Feel Like You Think. I have the fortunate experience of being out here in Tucson, Arizona, visiting with family, referral sources, and clients. I have clients across the country, and it's been a very enjoyable time out here, and I wanted to do a couple of videos. There are a couple of other Tucson videos on YouTube from Tucson. I don't know if you can see the mountains behind me, so what I did is I taped some of the mountains that are very beautiful just behind me, and I'll put that to the end of the video so you can see some beautiful scenery along with the video. This video is entitled, Love Doesn't Feel Like You Think. Where do we get reinforced, and where do we learn about what love is and what love is about? The radio, TV, social media, the internet, our culture, our family of origin, whether you listen to Frank Sinatra or One Direction or whatever your group music-wise that you enjoy, often have love songs, and they kind of typically talk about what they believe love is. Love is, for many of us, feels like it should be where we have no neediness. Love is when there's no neediness at all. We are just filled up. Where my spouse and I are on the same page. Where my partner or spouse knows and fulfills all my needs. Or at least, 80% of them, 85% of them. And my spouse or partner never pushes my buttons. And where my relationship and love controls my reactivity. So if I'm being reactive, there's something going on wrong in the love experience. I feel no insecurity because real love is about no insecurity. And love is the opposite of dysfunctional pasts or exes. Our past that we've had as adults or ex-relationships. So love is really anything but that and those experiences. We have total safety, and we kind of view that as love. And where we always stay calm or loving, and our spouse always stays calm and loving, and that's what love is. Or we have an ACOA norm, where we grew up in as an adult child of dysfunctional family, or a child of an alcoholic family. So we have that norm of what love is supposed to be. Or we've grown up as adult children with sexual abuse or physical abuse, and then that love becomes our norm. The anti of that becomes love as the norm. So where did you learn your love norm? How did you learn your love norm? And what normal is for love? People often don't ask these questions. What they ask is, how can I get my love norm or love paradigm fulfilled? Not change the paradigm, but how can I get it fulfilled? And that's what relationships and partners are supposed to do. I remember when I was in seminary, and I got a degree at seminary, I got a degree in marriage and family therapy, and I was trained in seminary to do contract therapy with couples, which is a whole therapy devoted to learning what the internal expectations are someone has for relationship and for marriage. And those expectations really do challenge marriages because there are expectations that we've expressed, there are expectations we haven't expressed, there are expectations that we expect but don't even know we're expecting. And those cause lots of turmoil within relationships because that whole contract therapy, what's your contract for a relationship? What are you signing up for? What do you expect them to sign up for? Oftentimes, couples don't talk about this. It's just assumed, but they're not on the same page. And again, for many, love is Our spouse and me always are on the same page. Then I got a master's in marriage and family therapy and got retrained in marriage and family therapy. But I do believe that contract therapy is helpful and useful, and I use that at times. And here's kind of what you learn for what expectations, some of the expectations as I read of what people have for marriages. You know, a mate who will be loyal, devoted, loving, and exclusive, offering the kind of relationship with a person that one may have hoped for as a child, but did not receive, or had and lost. Someone with whom to grow and develop and get old with. Those are some expectations. Other expectations can include a companionship and an insurance against loneliness. Another is marriage as a goal in itself rather than a beginning. That's many people think of it that way. Some people do not think beyond the wedding day. And instead of regarding marriage as one point along the continuum of a relationship that's constantly evolving new goals, they assume that in some magical fashion they will live happily ever after once they are actually married. Once we get married, it'll all work itself out. Then we will really be one. Well, often we get married, and many times relationships begin in a honeymoon phase that can last quite a while. Some not so long. I've had people where the honeymoon phase ended the day of the marriage. That's not uncommon. But the thought is, once we get married, things will smooth out and things will work out because we are bonded now. Also, marriage or relationship is a panacea for the chaos and strife in one's life. All will be calm and orderly now that I get married or hook up with someone. And then also the whole idea of sex, sanctioned and readily available sex. That's what part of marriage is about, and some of the expectations that people have. There are many, many more, but those are some of them that people have in terms of expectations of what love is and what a marriage should be. So again, what is love or marriage supposed to feel like for you? What is it supposed to feel like? Because you have a paradigm. You have a way of thinking about it. Probably it's not exactly the way your spouse or partner thinks about it. Do you know what your love paradigm is? Do you know what your love norm is for you? Could you discuss it? Could you identify it? Unless you have the answers to that and the answers to those questions, you'll be flying towards a destination without navigation. For example, love always equals always agreeing. Love equals not being like my father, them not being like my father or my partner. Love means when we're together, I feel safe, affirmed, no anxiety, low self-esteem, or no low self-esteem, no criticism. No matter what I do, or my spouse or partner will always know I am doing something out of good intentions. My spouse will be understanding and patient when I'm moody and angry and enraged. They'll think the best about my motives, no matter how I feel or act. That even if I don't love me, or if I hate myself, I will feel loved by you. And that's a love norm. Marital therapy is about healing our paradigms. Remember, you can't experience true love or the fullness of satisfying love until you love yourself. Most of us want the former and ignore the latter. I want love from others, but I don't know how to love myself. And in fact, it's their job to make up for what I'm not doing for me. And that's the expectation for many couples, especially many couples that I see. A workable and successful paradigm for love includes these things and more. If you really want a healthy paradigm, it's going to include some of these types of traits. higher levels of self-differentiation on a 0 to 10 scale, 10 being the most self-differentiated, the most healthy, someone who truly has healed inside and has a good balance between togetherness and separateness. And if you're at a 2 on the scale, then it doesn't work. Those balances are not there, and they don't work very well. And we're always tripping over the hurdles and potholes in relationships. Unselfish love, unselfish self-love is a part of a good, healthy love paradigm, and healthy self-respect and self-valuing. A lot of people don't think about that. If you want a healthy love paradigm, we must have those ingredients. Having low neediness, high self-satisfaction. The more needy we are, the more conflictual, the more reactive the relationship. The less self-satisfaction with ourselves and life, the more turmoil there is in a relationship. Another trait is a realization that the relationship you have with yourself will mirror your relationship with your partner and spouses. So how you feel about you will often translate into eventually how they feel about you. So the more we heal this, the more we can transform that relationship. A healthy paradigm for love includes a very low tolerance for abuse and toxicity. It's a very low tolerance for that. That love is a choice to give, not a dream fantasy to be fulfilled. Spouses, partners, are not ATM love machines. Be what you want to receive. Most want it reversed, but can't flip it because of neediness. And again, be what you want to receive. Many are in relationships where they need to change so I get what I need. If your love paradigm is broken, I want you to give me a call. We can work together to transform your life to make real love possible. I hope that you'll join our Family Tree Counseling channel on YouTube. I was just talking to clients of mine, a couple who are in England, and they said, you just seem so serious and knowledgeable on your videos. But you really do have a great sense of humor and are funny. Laughing is a healing, and laughing is healing, and humor has been a part of my life that I cannot do without. Over seriousness, I think, means immaturity. The greater the self-differentiation, the more playful and the more relaxed we can be, and the less over serious we need to be. And I've been able to find that in my life, fortunately, through the help of professionals and those who have helped me along my life's path. I want to thank you all for watching today. Whether you live on the East Coast, the West Coast, out in the West, on the Gulf, or in Tucson, or actually any country in the world, having clients in a number of different countries across the world, I am able to do Skype and FaceTime and bring us together to get what you need and to make the changes you need to make. Again, thanks for watching today, and have a great day.